Check. Why, hello and welcome. Check. 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 Hello. You're still connected? Okay, hello and welcome to another edition of Testing the Equipment. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a cup of coffee, if I might say. Actually, I did record something last week, which was long and fascinating, riveting information and conversation and thoughts by myself. But for whatever reason, I cannot find it on my laptop, and I'm quite crushed actually because I want I wanted to hear what I had said because I had had a few cocktails, and it's always fun to go off on things and people and stuff after you've had a couple of beverages. But I didn't save it. Again, after you've had a couple of cocktails and beverages, you forget to do stupid stuff like hitting the save button. Maybe it's still on this laptop somewhere. I've been spending the last 45 minutes trying to find it, just because I wanted to hear it to see if it was post worthy. And who knows if this is even going to be post worthy. But I'm putting the microphone down right now on the table, and it is September 25th. It's a Monday, and I'm going to beg you to hang on for a second. Bear you to hang on? I'm going to beg you to hang on. Hold on, people. That's the refrigerator door opener. Yeah. So there we go. Record is too loud. Okay. Well, then I'll quiet down. Excuse me, I didn't know we were in a library. Just real quick, let's talk about something. Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers. Your name's Levine? You call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch? Anyway, that's from Glengarry Glen Ross. What a week at work. What a past month at work. I'll tell you this. I've been going on this thing where it's like, I don't want to drink. It makes me feel like crap the next day, so I'm not gonna have any beers, nothing. And I've been following true. I go like 2 weeks and then I'll drink, and 2 weeks and not drink. This week, I had a drink. I'm sorry, I had to. That sounds like such a You need to seek help. No, it was such a crazy weekend. I mean, oh my God, it was. The beauty of this thing is that we're really busy at work, which is fantastic. We're seeing new people and experiencing guests that have never been with us before. So that's wonderful. And my anxiety and my frustrations and my hang-ups and grouchy or get off my yard is that, I feel like we're falling short on the expectations of these new guests by not providing them with the optimal service to blow them away. So when they come back, the food is good. Our food's great, but then they come back and they get like meh service. And you can get meh service anywhere. And unfortunately, I feel like that's kind of like where we are right now. And it is my fault. It's totally all my fault. Because the service we have, I have not held them to this higher standard, that I want. And I kind of we hired them, threw them out there, boom, go for it. And this kind of happened last year as well, which I'm seeing it's a pattern with me. I have it's hard to buckle down and to get that training regimen going 1, 2, 3 days and then have other people follow that. And I'm not pushing the blame off by any means. No, so don't make it. I hope it doesn't sound like that. But I mean, you need to have a team to do this, to follow through. It's like, okay, day 1, you're doing this, this, and this. Day 2, you're doing this, this, and this. Day 4, this and this. And unfortunately, we're not doing anything close to that. We did do that in the very beginning, and we did that actually for the first couple of years. Anybody got hired, you got a training packet with quizzes and things in it, a full gamut. Here's your alcohol, here are the drinks, here's the food. I mean, everything. And recently it's just been like, okay, here you go. Follow this guy and you're on the floor. And that sucks, man. That's not how we're going to keep our guests. We are so known for great service. And again, no fault to anybody that's working there right now. They're just following the vibe that I set up. And I have failed that in that area. And that bugs the crap out of me because I'm better than that. I know what I expect. And it's not fair to all of a sudden get mad at my staff during a shift. Why aren't they doing that? Because, well, dummy, they don't know. You didn't tell them. You didn't set them up. So I get mad at myself. And going through that thought process, I think about how a lot of people, especially today, you will bring something up to them and point out the obvious, like, hey, guy, girl, them, they, who, whatever, why didn't you do A, B, C, or D? And right away they deflect. Well, it's because, right? But inside they know they screwed up and they know what they should have done, but they didn't do it, so they pushed it off. That happens so much. So much. It's amazing that people just will take accountability for screwing up and saying, you know what, you're right, I fucked up, and I got this, I'll go take care of it. Instead, it's like, why are you coming down on me? Or, what? No, it wasn't my problem. They didn't do, and everybody points fingers, and it's more and more apparent each and every day. Even from a year ago, my God, it's gotten so worse. To talk to an employee, you have to really, really wear kid gloves. The song Kid Gloves by Rush is so great because it's so true. You just have to approach things with this mental attitude of you can't damage somebody. And I don't know. I don't know where that starts. If it's at home with the parents bringing the kids up, or the way they were brought up, their upbringing, or their expectations of what things are supposed to be. Here's my deal. I sent a message out today to everybody because the past few weeks it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Literally within the last 2 months, it's gotten really bad with staff. And it's a certain group of staff. I'm not going to say it, but it's a certain group of staff members that I have, my front of the house staff, that just don't look at this like it's a real job. And I premise that by, if you were going to school, you have your school schedule, you're on time for your class. If you had an audition for something, whether it was musical or theatrical, whatever, you're there on time. And you study for it to know what you're doing, or you study for your classes. If you had a job interview somewhere, you're there on time and you did some research on that job. Well, this restaurant is also a real job. And unfortunately, for the people that are in college, I'll narrow it down to that. Because the high school kids that I have are stellar. They are optimal, supreme, quality, quintessence. Is that a word? No, it's not, Chris. You just made that up. They're incredible. They care and they go above and beyond every single time. They were the first people to respond to my message today. Everybody in high school responded to the message I sent out like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just read your message. Here, blah, blah, blah. College people just, and I get it. I get it, guys. I get it. This is not your deal. It's not your thing. But if you're going to work there, it has to be. You got to fit this into your life. Otherwise, you're not going to work there. It's not going to work for me. And if it doesn't work for me, it's not going to work for the business. Because that's what it's there for. I have been really nice. And this was pointed out today. We had a nice manager meeting today. It was a great manager meeting, by the way. Everybody put their cards on the table pretty much. Like, here you go. And, and it was brought up to me more than once that I'm too nice. I'm too nice. Me, Chris Reimer, too nice. If anybody hears this that knew me way back when, in the 90s or the 80s, or even the 70s, that's just like your head will explode because I was never nice. I was such a jerk. I would light you up. Light you up. You can't light them up. I'm too nice. I've let things go. I've created an atmosphere of people where it's not conducive to business forward. So I have to change that narrative. And unfortunately, that sucks. But I get it. Oh, God. I'm breathing deep. Look. Good work. Good employees are hard to find. And we have been very, very, very fortunate in our 4 years of having just some great employees. So we just have to do our due diligence. I have to do my due diligence to make sure they're trained properly and hold them accountable and keep their feet to the fire. And that's what's not happening. You got someone working there for 2 months and they come to you like, what's on draft? Oh my God. You know what? I can't get mad at them. That's my fault. And I just want to blow my own head off like, you're an idiot. How do you let this person be on the floor? You're such a dope. And I hear all my old district managers and all my old GMs and everybody just, they were so hard. And that's the way you got to be, I guess, because it worked. It kept you engaged, it kept you focused, and it kept you in the now as to what it's all about. So anyway, let's move on. Like I said, great week, super busy, wonderful weather. We've been busy now for a couple weeks, and everybody from summer now who came back who were out away at college, everybody that came back are now all gone. So now what we have are all newer people, which, like I've just ranted on for like the last 10 minutes, they're finding their way. And so we have to make sure we do it. We are going to keep hiring people, and I will definitely move the people that I feel are just forward. I already have 5 people I want to put on the floor like right now that are ready to go. I just have to find people that can replace them in their positions, just because they're good to go. We're business. Wait, whoa! Talk about stuttering. Business has been so great. It's unbelievable. We're doing so well. And if you go back last year at this time, the fourth quarter last year was god awful for us. This year we have such a great opportunity to catapult ourselves up and over anything we've ever done. And again, after our manager meeting today, I feel very confident we can do that. I know for a fact we can do that. Excuse me, Mr. Refrigerator. Yeah, I'm in my kitchen doing this. This thing just kicked on to ignore. Really? Anywho, I know we can go above beyond and kick butt, and I'm really excited for that. So, we are going to do an official podcast, if not next week, the week after for sure, with guests and things. We're going to get back to what we were doing, and I apologize for that. It's just been, after people left work and the transition, it's been really crazy. And just on a personal note, I have not worked this many hours in the last 3 weeks unless I was doing an opening in a restaurant. Seriously, I have, and I'm still I take Tuesday, Wednesdays off. Literally, this is the past 2 months. I'm taking Tuesday, Wednesdays off. So I go on Wednesday, Thursday. No. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And I go in on Monday to do admin stuff. And Monday admin stuff is anywhere from 5 to 6 hours, 7 hours. Today was 7 hours. 8 hours, actually. Today was 8 hours. God, I can't talk. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for the past few weeks, literally, and I'm not trying to bitch, but I am bitching. It's been doubles like every day. I will rack up 50, 60 hours in those few days. Like, what the hell? So when Monday comes around, like today's Monday, I wake up, we had a manager meeting at 10 a.m. And, I drag my ass in there, and we're supposed to, attack all these things, and I'm just not even mental. But we get over it, we talk, and you get revived, and you get invigorated, and the juices start flowing, and you get fired up. And then meeting's over. We got there at 10. Meeting was over at like 3 p.m. Okay, guys, see ya. And then I have another 4 hours at least is what it took to do payroll. So I had to do payroll, which is due tomorrow. At doing the tips, putting the tips in, everybody's hours, correcting their hours, correcting their pay, yada, yada, yada. And so that was done. And then I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I got to have a beer. This has been too much. This is 3 weeks in a row where I've just had my ass handed to me. And guys, I can handle a lot. Let me say that again. I can handle a lot. I've been in the restaurant business a long time. I've done openings all over the country. And I'm not blowing my horn. I am blowing my horn. But I mean, in the kitchen especially, cooking was most of it. Cooking. I opened so many restaurants as a cook and a trainer. Not a chef, a cook. We were called cooks. And we'd be buried beyond belief every single night. You go in there and you're going to get your ass kicked. But you handle it. You get through it. And then you were still a part of it because they depended on you. The company depended on you to train everybody correctly, train them properly, give them the feedback they needed to move forward and keep the restaurant open. A couple of times, things didn't work out, and we had to go back to that restaurant, i.e. Seattle, where we opened Seattle. We were there for, 6 months, I think originally, 4 months. And then we left, and we went and opened, I think it was Glendale, Arizona, maybe? Tempe. We opened Tempe. And we were there in Tempe. We were in Tempe for 3 months, and we had to go back to Seattle to fix it because it was just a mess. And then we were in Seattle for another 6 months fixing that restaurant. But I mean, the company depended on us and what we had to say and what we had to do. And why am I bringing this up? Well, because, we were busy. The last 3 weeks, I've been super busy, and I'm working a lot of shifts. And one of the things I brought up today in our manager meeting was how I feel the communication process is just not happening. Back in the day, communication was key. You had to be able to communicate, good, bad, or indifferent. People told you sucked, great. People told you were great, great. You told them they sucked, great. You told them they were great. But it was there. It was a two-way, open-door policy of communication no matter what. We don't have that right now. And that's something I brought up today, that we just don't have that communication. Some people talk amongst themselves. Some people share information with some people, not everybody. And it's a disjointed operation that doesn't help. So hopefully I brought up the fact that, look, I know I pissed the other two managers off. I know I pissed my owner off. I know I pissed him off. It's not deliberate. It's just that he doesn't like the way I do things, And my other manager doesn't like the way I do things, and that's fine. I don't like the way I do things either. I don't like the way they do things either. But that's okay. it's a marriage. You cannot you don't have to get along. You work things out. I think I know what I'm doing. I've done it for a long time. I've had success everywhere I've gone. And the only reason why I have stumbles is not because, and I'm being very honest here. The only reason I've had stumbles or failures where I've gone is because the ownership or whoever's above me does not believe in me, and they can't take their ego out of the process and let me do what I want to do. Ego is a killer. And when somebody above you has an ego problem and they look at you and they have an ego issue, then they deny you things you should do, and things fail. And that's too bad for them, too bad for me, too bad for the restaurant and for the staff. Let me do what I'm supposed to do. And if I do fail, then fire me. Get rid of me. Let me, you suck, go. You don't know what you're doing, go away. But up until that point, back the fuck up, take your shit away, let me do what I got to do. Okay? Let me do what I got to do. Let me do this. Back up, take the bass out of your voice, walk away. I got this. And that's all it is. I'm going to take a drink of a beverage right now. I hope you join me. You hoist a can of your favorite beverage, and here we go. It is Sunday night. Sunday, dude, Monday night. Wow, see? Whew. Honestly, I can't wait to sleep in tomorrow. I have blackout curtains on my windows. I'm turning my phone off, and I'm out. The thing I have planned tomorrow is nothing. No, I plan on waking up sometime. Hopefully, God willing, I wake up. And I want to go and soak in the jacuzzi and get some steam and then come back and just watch some TV, man. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to think about anything. But, as many of you know, it's hard to turn your brain off, huh? It's hard to turn your brain off, no matter what it is, whether it's work or personal relationships. You're thinking about that guy or girl or person, or you're thinking about something at work, or you're thinking about school, or you're thinking about something, and it's hard to turn your brain off sometimes. When you're younger and a kid, it's no big deal. You don't care about it. It's not a big oi. Not a big oi. But when you become an adult and your decisions matter and depend upon, if you're going to make rent or your career or whatever, your job, you start thinking about that stuff. And sometimes, it's even I take that back because the whole personal love life thing, when you are in love with somebody or you have a relationship with somebody, even when you're a kid, even 16, 17, 8 years old, you'll be up at night burning a hole in that ceiling as you're lying in bed. You're just staring up and you're looking at the ceiling, thinking about what the hell, and it just, so I take that back. There's no age requirement on that as far as the relationship thing goes. Which, to bring that back to work, I have, I think, 3 employees right now that are going through this whole relationship issue, which it sucks. It's amazing. I have three employees that have relationship issues, so they're not on their game. I have a handful, let's say 4 others, ballparking 4 others, that have just, like we all do, mental issues, anxiety, depression, dealing with things, on a day-to-day, and that hampers them to be able to come in and work, and people call off. They're not able to do it. And then I have another group that just doesn't give a shit, I think. Yeah, I can't make it in today. I'm sick. Really? What's wrong with you? I think I have COVID. Did you get tested? No, not yet. But my roommate has it, so I think I might have it. Okay, could you get tested and let me know, please? Okay, a day goes by. I got tested. It's negative. Can you come in? I don't feel really good. I got a headache, sore throat, fever. I don't think I can make it. Okay, take the day off, rest up, let me know how you feel. And then, a day or two goes by. Oh, I'm good to know. So it's like, you have to believe them, right? You can't think that someone's deliberately saying I have COVID, but they might. This is the whole thing. Like, they don't take the job seriously, or do they? I mean, some people. I'll share this with you right now. I literally had a guy, staff member, came to get a job, got hired, trained, worked for a week, literally worked for a week. Then I get a message saying, hey, I took on way too much this semester. I can't work, but I want to come back. I'll keep you posted. Okay, understand. Then, literally 2 months later, I get an email and a text from the same person saying, hey, you're going to be getting contacted from someone for a job, for a recommendation. Here's the information. Please let them know, but yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, great. So when are you coming back to work? No response. I said, hey, look, I want to fill this out for you. When are you coming back to work? No response. I said, if you don't respond to me, I'm not going to give you any kind of a recommendation. You got to know what's going on here, pal. Get a response saying, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't have my phone with me. Bullshit. I didn't get these messages. Yo, yes, I'm definitely coming back. I'll let you know when I'm in town. I'm out of town right now. Please fill out the questionnaire. And when they call you, let them know, what a great employee I was, yada, yada. And the person was a great employee for the week they were here. They were fantastic. Haven't heard from these people. Haven't heard from that guy since. Not a word. Not coming back. Not even close to coming back. Used the restaurant as just a reference to get a job somewhere else. That's all it was. And the people called me, I didn't answer. The people sent me an email, I didn't respond. Because I don't want to go on there and bag this guy and go, person, and go, person's a liar and a shifty and a cheat. I don't want to do that. And here's the thing. It's happened more than once. I want to believe in somebody and think that they're like a good person and take them for their word. This happened twice, and I am not making this up. This happened twice, literally within the past 4 months. This happened twice. 2 separate people did the same thing to me, and so I don't know if it's a course they're teaching at Northwestern, like to how to fuck people over and how to fuck your employers over just so you can get ahead. But literally, that's what happened. 2 different people did the same thing. Got a job and then quit and wanted a reference while they were working. I said, hey, I'm reaching out to other places, so you might get a call from somebody about me working here, just so you know. And while they were there, they did a great job. After that time period's over, they vanished. Ugh, man, what I just, I never saw it coming. And I don't want to have to be on the guard for that. Like, hey, how long are you going to be here? Because people lie to you anyway. The biggest liars I have working for me are people that go to Northwestern because they're like, oh, yeah, I have great open availability. And then once they start, they're like, oh, yeah, I have class here, class there, class there. And all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I can't work. My class load's too big, so I can't work. They get the job to either appease their parents that they got a job, or to tell somebody that they're in reference to get another job, like a real job outside. Look, I worked in college. Here's my here, and then they don't show up. It's so bad. Oh my God, I don't want to say that it's. We have great Northwestern employees. Don't get me wrong. and it's not like I'm bashing everybody. We have really, really great Northwestern employees. It's a small percentage of these other ones that just like come in and say, yeah, yeah. And I even ask in every interview, what's your availability like? Oh, I'm wide open. I have one class. And then once they're hired and they train and they work, all of a sudden it's like, oh, my schedule's changed and I won't be able to do this. What? What? The only people that I can rely on in this whole scenario that are consistent and true and real are the high school kids. Believe it or not, the 15, 16-year-olds, 7-year-olds that are high school people, they're the ones that are like, I'm there. I'll do whatever you need. And they're there and they do a great job. No questions. They communicate perfectly. There's no issues. Their parents always come in to see where they work. I love meeting their parents. Everything's great. No problems. I have them for a couple of years and they leave and it sucks because I'm losing a great employee. They pass the baton on to people that they know and that perpetuates. So I have that circle, which is great. Jillian Brown, thank you very much. She's the one who did that whole thing, started it originally, way back in 2019. But it's if I could hire just high school kids, I would. I know I can't because they can't work during the day, during the week, for lunch. If I could hire people that are part-timer moms that just want something to do during the day, I would, because they'd be great. They could work, 10 to 4, go home, and that's it. And they can make a couple $100. They can make some good money, but they don't come in. So what are you talking about, Chris? You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about nothing. I'm just venting right now, and it's boring. Restaurant life 101, staff. You don't have good staff, you're not going to go anywhere. You can have mediocre food. You can't have subpar, mediocre staff. You cannot have subpar staff. Great staff trumps subpar food, period. And that's what I always try to get to. We have really great food, and we've had really great staff. So that's why I think we've been so fortunate with our growth in the restaurant. We've done no marketing at that place. We've done nothing, and we continue to grow and get new people. So thank you. I've talked enough. I think it's probably bored by now. It is still Monday, is it not? Yes, it is. Oh, no. By good. Monday. See, again, it's Tuesday. And it's 12:20 in the morning. And I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much if you listen to this. And you probably did not. But if you did, let me know. Leave a comment. Yeah. Testing the equipment. One day. September 25th, 2023. This is Chris Reimer in his kitchen in Evanston. Peace and love.